So hello everybody and welcome to the Long Island Org Sunday service. So welcome. So here we go, and we'll start with the quick Long Island.
Welcome, Babel, checking in. Good morning.
Good morning. So we're starting with the Long Island Org Smiles. Here we go.
I like this. 10 million hits. I like this.
Okay. Hey guys. All right.
Let's talk about something that ain't dangerous. How about this? Some things may be a little strange for us. Listen to this.
If we could start a new direction, affecting the future ahead, spreading smiles for miles, a new kind of joy.
Want a new style? How about this? Let's talk about something that's courageous.
How about this?
Let's talk about something that's outrageous.
Put this at the top of your list.
Yeah, we can start a new direction, affecting the future ahead,
Spreading smiles for miles, a new kind of trend. Want a new style? Hey.
How about this?
Come on, hit me up with the pickup, y'all.
You're stuck and hard, I sit at home.
Live it up, live it up, live it up, and
You're
leave.
not alone. We can live this world on quarantine. Pick it up, just pick it up. Take this shot with me. Spread a smile, not something else. 'Cause this world is really needing your help. Spread a smile and nothing more. And we'll show this world it can be restored. You wanna smile? How about this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you some secrets later.
Yes?
Hey, cool. Can't say a word.
What's happening to you?
I said you can't say a word. You can't say a word.
Gonna sit at home. Live it up, live it up, live it up with me. We can live this world while quarantined. Pick it up, just pick it up.
Take this
Shot with me, yeah.
Don't continue. Anybody who says a word has to leave the room. And I will leave the room. Let me see if I can mute it.
How about this?
Great, huh?
That's always awesome to listen to. Welcome once again, everyone. I would like to start real quick with this before we get into today's sermon.
We of the church believe
that all men of whatever race, color, or creed
were created with equal rights.
that all men have inalienable rights,
to their own religious practices and their performance,
that all men have inalienable rights
to their own lives, that all men have inalienable rights
to their sanity,
that all men have inalienable rights
to their own defense,
that all men have inalienable rights
to conceive, choose, assist, or support their own organizations, churches, and governments.
that all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely,
to write freely their own opinions,
and to counter or utter
or write upon the opinions of others.
That all men have inalienable rights to the creation of their own kind.
That the souls of men have the rights of men.
That the study of the mind
and the healing of mentally caused ills
should not be alienated from religion
or condoned in non-religious fields.
And that no agency less than God
has the power to suspend or set aside these rights, overtly or covertly.
And we of the church believe
that man is basically good,
that he is seeking to survive,
that his survival depends upon himself and upon his fellows,
and his attainment of brotherhood with the universe.
And we of the church believe
that the laws of God forbid man
to destroy his own kind,
to destroy the sanity of another,
to destroy or enslave another's soul,
to destroy or reduce the survival of one's companions or one's group.
And we of the church believe
that the spirit can be saved, and that the spirit alone may save or heal the body.
So for today's sermon, I chose in my opinion, an absolutely amazing and very important topic for every human being or any being in the universes forever and ever. And this is on granting beingness. So I'm going to read this. Granting beingness. This is a sermon on the subject of beingness, by which is meant the assumption of choosing of a category of identity. Examples of beingness would be one's own name or profession or physical characteristics, or one's role in a game. In essence, all other things are symptoms of beingness, and life itself consists of whether or not one wants other things to be or other things want him to be. That itself establishes the game. By granting beingness to something, one has to that degree given it life. The finest thing a being can do is to grant life and beingness. And the worst thing he can do is to set it up as otherness, something being different, and combat it. It is a very funny thing. Some fellow comes over the top of a hill and he sees a town lying out in front of him and he says, "What a horrible, ramshackle, mean, ugly, vicious place that is." And the next fellow comes over the top of the hill and he takes a look at this town and he invests it with beingness. And then he says, "There's a town there." Well, now, the first fellow goes down into the town and nobody does anything for him. And if they shoot his horse or fix his car or do something to him, they'll put the shoe on backwards or patch the tire up some outlandish fashion and won't last very far, and things just kind of go that way, and he'll be overcharged for it. And the fellow who has granted beingness to the town, comes through. He finds everybody's real nice to him, and he gets a good room in the hotel, and he chows good, and everybody's happy and cheerful about the whole thing. That's what he runs into continually throughout life. Now, an artist can come in, a writer, a poet, something of this sort, and grant a new beingness to a town. Sort of out of whole cloth. He just looks around and he says, why you have a beautiful town here? And he tells the people all about it. They've never granted it any beingness at all. They are so busy trying to keep each other from eating each other up. They've never noticed this. But this is something they can agree upon, this town. And the town comes to life just to that degree. It is alive then. This is a capability which any human being has. And it's easy to release this. It's not a God-given, untapped talent, one that an individual is unable to assume. You are here. You are alive. When you were small, you granted beingness to your dog, your wagon, a doll. In other words, you brought them to life. These things came alive. And to this day, you grant beingness to a car, a favorite book, possessions. And sometimes you have perhaps even run into this. You have been wearing certain clothes when an unpleasant experience occurred, and the next day, and maybe for 3 or 4 days afterwards, you didn't care to wear that suit or you didn't care to wear that dress. You put that aside. That's because you imbued it and with a certain beingness. One is really as alive as he himself is perfectly willing to grant beingness, can grant beingness, and is willing to have others grant beingness. That's how alive he is. He's no more alive than that. And no artificial stimulant or love affair or anything else can present to an individual this level and characteristic of existence, because that is life itself. One cannot become able in life by fearing to live it. Never. And he can't be himself without being willing to grant beingness, because he's the only one that can grant beingness to himself. Now you take Shakespeare's quotation in Hamlet, to be or not to be. That's what man is fixed on, to be or not to be. That isn't the question. That isn't the question. To grant beingness or not grant beingness is the question he is hung up on all the days of his years. To learn more about how to handle life, read Scientology, A New Slant on Life by L. Ron Hubbard. Here, you will find discoveries which explain existence itself. Use this knowledge to create a happier and more successful life for yourself and others. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but in my viewpoint, this is such an important, true concept in life that we experience it every single day. Do we grant beingness to ourselves? We start from there. Do we grant beingness to our spouses and kids? to the people in our work environments? Do we grant beingness to other members of society? Do we grant beingness to that dog or to that little flower in the vase just by looking at it? Do we grant beingness across our dynamics? Or we get very much involved and meshed and stay under the presence of that messed universe, which, by the way, part of all this equation is to grant beingness to that too. But do we put some attention to that, of granting beingness around us, or we just live, in quotes, life as is? Because if we don't do that, then we ourselves are not much alive. LRH says, one is really as alive as he himself, is perfectly willing to grant beingness, can grant beingness, and is willing to have others grant beingness. That's how alive he is. He's no more alive than that. To me, it's absolutely fascinating. Okay, I'm going to open up the mics, and you guys can share anything that you would like, any viewpoints about today's sermon or anything else. Everybody's unmuted. You guys can say something if you choose so.
This was L.R. Dimmy in his finest reading. The word is no longer the smile. The word is Sunday service. Spread it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. All right. Very good. I just want to remind everyone how important it is that we continue maintaining those guidelines that can help us keep the physical body healthy. We have been doing very, very well as a community, as a group, and the people we are influencing around us with what we do and with our behaviors really helps people not only keep themselves healthier, but also keep noticing what we do. They use us as an example. They use as an example what we do for them to keep themselves healthy also. And you know, this, everything that we do right now at a time of difficulty for people or challenge, that will pay back to us in multiples as an organization, as a church, because people are noticing. They are noticing those who are really putting a positive message out there, and not just an empty message, not just hope without anything to back it up, because that can be also useless and baseless. But the fact that we are putting a message of hope that is based on a sound technology that can help people lift themselves up and take themselves out of this this mess, then that is really what people will get to appreciate, understand, and follow in the future. Here we go. I'm gonna just play real quick our personal integrity LRH essay, and then we'll continue with some announcements. Here we go.
What is true for you is what you have observed yourself. And when you lose that, you have lost everything. What is personal integrity? Personal integrity is knowing what you know. What you know is what you know. And to have the courage to know and say what you have observed. And that is integrity. And there is no other integrity. Of course, we can talk about honor, truth, nobility, all these things as esoteric terms. But they would all be covered very well if what we really observed was what we observed. That we took care to observe what we were observing. That we always observed to observe. And not necessarily maintaining a skeptical attitude, a critical attitude, or an open mind. Not necessarily maintaining these things at all. But certainly maintaining sufficient personal integrity and sufficient personal belief and confidence in self and courage that we can observe what we observe and say what we have observed. Nothing in Scientology is true for you unless you have observed it. And it is true according to your observation. That is all.
Right. So there are some announcements that I would like to make. And then Mitch, and I don't know if we have Wendy with us today, can also make announcements. Remember that, first of all, on Monday at 6:30 p.m., we have the OT committee meeting. The information on how to join the OT committee, it is right now displayed in your screens, but also remember that you are receiving an email directly from Wendy with instructions on how to get to GoToMeeting. Also tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, there is an international Ideal Org event, and there are more than 800-900 people that have been confirmed to attend this event. This will be a very, very important event for everybody to attend. Lots of people have been confirmed, and we still have to confirm a few additional people. And I'll have actually Wendy to give us some more data right now. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Very nice sermon, by the way. I really enjoy that reference. But basically, tonight is going to be very interesting. There's over 800 people confirmed, so we definitely could use any help to get any other people that you feel should be contributing, anybody that hasn't contributed much that you feel needs to understand more about it. I think this event will help turn the tide on contributions towards our ideal org and people understanding the global movement, specifically completing the U.S. and the importance for Long Island org. So it was really important that you get people to come, even just to hear what's going to be said. They are asking that we also, if people that are confirmed haven't shown up, that we have a couple of people that can chase them up. I will definitely help with that. And Demi, hopefully you can, and then you and I will text back and forth if there's somebody. But I'll do a lot of that myself. But it's going to be an amazing event, and I think it's a push off for us getting people involved, because we do have an event on the 25th. So if people get spurred on and excited about building our ideal org, then hopefully on the 25th we can get a lot more contributions and really get the ball rolling into the next phase of fundraising that we have kind of been on a break from, although people have been contributing, not in the volume that we were contributing before we got the money to buy the building. So it's definitely important that we have people come tonight.
Yep, awesome. And let's remind people that they can put on the board tonight the contributions that were made last Sunday, plus any additional contributions. They can
That's
be
correct.
on the board tonight. All right, very good. Anything else from you, Wendy?
No, I think that's basically it. We do have OTC on Monday, which you already announced, and we have this event, and then we have we have the IAS event on the 18th, which is an all New York IAS event, and then another Ideal Org event for us on the 25th, and that's going to be with Kurt Larson, how to be OT in any environment.
Awesome.
So we have a chock full of events.
Yes. A very eventful July.
Yeah, but usually there's a lot of events in July because of the maiden voyage. So
Yeah.
It's not an unusual thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll give you the weekend after to have off.
Yep, exactly. Thank you, Wendy. Mitch, any announcements from you?
Just do your lessons. The secrets of the universe await. And that is really the truth. Ron gives you the secrets of the universe in the basics. And you do your lessons, you'll be amazed. And the more you do, the more you'll be amazed. I tell you, it's the most phenomenal stuff.
Awesome.
That's it. Oh, I hope we open. I expect we'll open soon. I'll keep you informed as soon as I hear anything.
Yes.
With your permission, Demetrius, may I announce one upcoming, not an event, but there's graduation that was announced this Friday night at 9 p.m.
Perfect. So this
I forgot about that. Yeah, there's a graduation. I think it's 9:30 on Friday.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you, guys. Fantastic.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. All right. Here we go with the prayer for total freedom. May the author of the universe enable all men to reach an understanding of their spiritual nature. May awareness and understanding of life expand so that all may come to know the author of the universe. And may others also reach this understanding, which brings total freedom. At this time, we think of those whose liberty is threatened, of those who have suffered imprisonment for their beliefs, of those who are enslaved or martyred, and for all those who are brutalized, trapped, or attacked. We pray that human rights will be preserved so that all people may believe and worship freely, so that freedom will once again be seen in our land. Freedom from war and poverty and want, freedom to be, freedom to do, and freedom to have. freedom to use and understand man's potential, a potential that is God-given and God-like, and freedom to achieve that understanding and awareness. That is total freedom. May God let it be so. LRH. All right. So thank you all for attending this week's Sunday service. Have an absolutely fabulous and productive week. Participate in all of the events that we talked about, and see you all next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern for our next week's Sunday service. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Stevie.
Thanks, me.